back to Zedalza New York. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo. Hello, hello. Way too bright in here. I am not in the mood at all.
Too bright?
Way too bright. Thank you. Thank you. How does everybody else look? Let's see. Alright, a little bit lighter until we figure out the lighting in here. A little bit more. Right there. Stop.
This is the best, the best time I've sat somewhere. I'm nice and reclined back. I'm reclined back.
We're chilling. We're definitely chilling. I gotta get the quad
Yeah.
cam up here soon.
Yeah, the quad cam.
All right, so welcome everybody. It's 9:09 p.m. on the East Coast. Good evening and go fuck yourself. It's Zedalza New York, broadcasting live for the decks of the Carpathia. I'm Frank.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Mike. I'm Matt.
Matt's here. Gypsy's out there. He'll be coming back in. He's cooking some more coals for the hookah. Brought to you by hookahshisha.com, whiteplainsvapors.com, wpvapors.com. White Plains Vapors are good friends out there. Bulletproof coffee. Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I've had myself some bulletproof coffee all week.
so you guys take it away while I set up this quad cam a little bit. Tell us what's going on, how everybody's feeling, and then we're going to get on to the meat and potatoes of tonight.
Set up the alarm system.
Mike got the alarm system. We got all the last minute movables in here.
And you have to
Had our
speak.
first-
Yeah, you got to speak directly into the top. That's how those microphones work.
Had our
There
this
you go. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
had our first practice in the performance room. Awesome. It's been good, man. We got that, and we have like another con coming up, like another show that I forget the name of it.
It's called MiniCon. It's in Meriden, Connecticut.
Yeah.
So the band's going to be out there on the weekend of the 8th, 9th, and 10th, chilling.
Where is Meriden, Connecticut?
It's where Justin and Ashley lived. It's about an hour north or something like that. I don't know. Meriden, Connecticut. I don't know. Somewhere out there.
Huh.
I don't know. We'll see if people even know where to find it.
Meriden.
It's a quaint little village.
Meriden.
It'll be interesting.
Interesting it will be. Matt, how are you? Guys, jump right in. Don't be shy.
I've hit rock bottom. That's how I am.
What's rock bottom?
fucking
I don't
ads.
know. I'm just fucking around.
What is rock bottom anyway?
I don't know.
If you would describe, if you can put together a picture of rock bottom and hitting it, like what?
It would
what-
look like a store.
Someone face down in like a ditch in like a puddle of
It would
mud
look
or
like
something.
a store. That
the
used to be in
store.
the Caldor shopping center.
Wow. But what brings somebody to rock bottom? Describe that instance.
They would need, dollar store items. Stuff like hair gel,
You gotta ask,
99
what's his
cent
name?
hair gel, small ones.
Who owns a dollar store we know? Mike May's friend Birdman, right?
He has a dollar store, really?
Yeah, in New Rochelle. Supposedly he makes a lot of money.
How did Dollar Store get to rock bottom?
Because that was the name of that store. Remember?
That wasn't a dollar
It
store.
wasn't. Yeah. It was
What was it?
That was like a farm, like a CVS almost, like a convenience store pharmacy.
Oh, okay. What the hell kind of name is that?
Because they had
for a
rock
store?
bottom prices. That's
I
why.
remember Rock Bottom. That was in Caldor Shopping Center, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
they had rock bottom prices,
They
bro.
had some shit in there, dude.
That's where Modell's is.
They had a lot of shit in that place.
Leaping lizards.
That's still there.
It is. Kids still probably
God.
shitting in them.
Oh yeah, probably parties and shit that pay for all that
Yo,
shit.
kids still go to Leaping Lizards.
Yeah, they do.
How the hell that everything? How is it that everything in that shopping center has come and gone, but Leaping Lizards is still there? It's like the remnants of the type of kids places that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You remember Discovery Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
DZ Discovery Zone.
That place was fun.
I love the Discovery Zone.
All those tunnels smell like fucking feet, though.
Piss and feet, and you're sitting in ball pits that are just covered in saliva and sweat.
Yeah, it's
Fecal
nasty.
matter.
It's like, how the fuck do you live like
Yeah,
that?
well, you know, so many kids can only get diagnosed with impetigo every year before they have to close some of them down.
The fuck is impetigo?
You know,
It's,
it's like a skin weird. It's a skin thing.
Oh, I thought it was like a vacation, like Bahamas.
Montego, Coligo.
Hold on a second. Now I want to listen to it. Everybody in the chat room. This is what let's see who's in the chat room right now. Okay, we got Blood Skull, our resident pervert. Everybody, go to Blood Skull for all your pervert needs. Okay, we have Jenny Lee. She's in the chat room. Johnny Vroom from New Hampshire. Jenny Lee's from Mountain Time, if I believe. She's Colorado-ish. We've got Luch in the chat room. That's a good friend of mine from college. And she's got nice boobies. Everybody should talk to Luch about her boobs. Nikki from
Frank, pass me
Ohio.
that.
Nerdlina's here, back. Raven Girl, RG225. Who's RG225?
Oh, ad blocker works great.
Really?
Hell yeah, just put it on here. There's no ads.
Guys, put ad blocker on your Chrome. Trust us. It'll make the broadcast look a lot better.
It's fucking fantabulous, bro.
Yes.
Wow.
And we have to start packing 3 hookahs now.
Yeah,
Because everybody's on their own little island.
I'm gonna order another hookah.
We have a hookah right next to you.
I'm gonna order more. Fuck it, why not?
We need some more. Also, but in either case, now that the hellos are out of the way, this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Okay, we have a couple things we're going to go to. We have the U.S. military could soon, and I talked about this a little bit on Quite Frankly tonight. Johnny Vroom called in. Oh, seems like the heat is coming back on.
Here it is.
For no reason.
The steam noise in the background.
If you guys hear any of the pounding on, you hear that ticking and pounding and that hissing in the background?
It's Jacob Marley.
Yeah. Sounds like the workers, the Irish steel workers on the Titanic trying to build the hull. That's our broadcast room right now. We're still trying to figure out how to stop the heat.
Anthony, explain what the guy did today.
He came in. Okay. He came in and was like, "I'm checking the pipe." He came in. You know, he's a really nice guy. He's obviously, you know, he's a very good worker. He just didn't speak
English.
English, yeah, like
English.
strong English. And anyway, like he was saying that whatever we did so far with the closing of the valve, okay, worked. We took care of our side. We did shut off our heat, supposedly, from what he was saying. The other valve that we shut off someone else's heat, and he doesn't know why the pipe is still hot. And he just stood around and was just like confused
Okay, great.
about it. And then he walked out, holding his head, going, "Ah! Ah! Ah! Ah!"
I can't blow Dios mío.
That's what he did. He just walked away screaming.
You know what I'll call up the Costellos.
Yeah.
I'll call up Joe Costello and son. I'll have our own plumbers come in here and say, "Well, Frank, this is what," and he has the Irish accent. You know, fucking.
What are you talking about?
Liam, we have to have Liam Costello in here as well. I love the entire Costello family. I coached half of them in baseball. And they are rugby players, and they're tough kids, man. Tough Irish kids. And they know their goddamn plumbing, I tell you what. They know their plumbing.
He's still on?
It's still on over there? I hear the hissing.
Yeah, of course it's on.
So let's jump on this first topic, because then there's another one, and I'll turn down this music just a little bit. I want to get some creepy music. Do I have any creepy music in this
I don't know.
this
dude.
playlist? Let's see here. Creepy music. Creepy.
Creep.
Yeah. Well, this is not creepy, but it's still groovy. Can you close that? I hear lightsabers. Matt, can you close that door, please? So listen to this. This is from the dailymail.co.uk. And let's just think about the implications of this. Could we soon implant memories into other people? Electrodes in the brain may make Star Trek-style mind melds a reality. Here are the highlights of the story. The
Total
U.S.
Recall.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. The U.S. military wants to treat shell-shocked soldiers with memory loss. Two teams are and almost like whatchamacall too. What's that Jim Carrey film?
Bruce Almighty?
No, and they removing
I
all
know
the
what you're
memories of that
talking about.
woman of the romance he had.
Spotless Sunshine of the Mind or some shit like that.
I never even seen that. I never heard
Sunshine
of
of the
that.
Spotless Mind or
Yeah,
some
Gypsy,
shit.
they need another coal over there.
Yeah, just one. It's good. It's good. Thank you, Gypsy.
U.S. military. Okay, two teams are testing electrical stimulation in epilepsy patients. Brain implants could also help people who have lost memory after strokes. One day, such implants may even be used to, quote, share memories with others. Now, on the 7 o'clock show, we're talking about all of the implications of this. Now, think about this. Actually, let's go around to you guys. Let's see what problems, what good things, but let's talk about the scary things, because we talk about creepy things on this show.
Well, the scary thing is that you weren't actually there, and you don't actually have those memories naturally. So, I mean, that like blurs the line of insanity.
But where could it be applied in a more devious place?
Oh, that like someone murdered somebody when they didn't.
Tommy Verge brought up a really cool, well, not cool, but you started talking about people like underground. Think about this. I brought up Inception. You know how Inception, there's almost like underground, almost like opium dens where people were sitting around and they were knocked out and they're
wish
doing
I
all
knew
their
where they
dream
were.
stuff. But it was like they're doing all their dream shit. Okay?
Yeah.
In like some basement. You know that something like this is going to require federal regulation, some kind of government regulation. By this time, it might be one world government. Who knows? You know that there's going to be underground places where people are making and sharing memories.
I like
Memories, even memories of murders. People want to download memories of murders. They want to see that type of stuff. People are going to also start selling the memories of fucking people. There's going to be lots of sex memories sold. There's going to be, dude, it's going to be a major black market for things that are going to be considered taboo and whatnot. You know it. Now, there's also going to be, if you just think logically about this, think about what government, think about what bigger organizations, the powers that be, can do with this, with memories, storing. Think about the brains you can download and all of that shit. We talked about this with resurrecting people and transferring brains into after a person dies, to take that brain and to transfer all of those memories, all of the thinking patterns, personality, behavior, all that stuff into artificial bodies. What about that? What about this in a type of draconian type of way to take things into?
Music wouldn't be pure because then people would study the thinking patterns of great artists and create based on, synthetically create based on how an artist would create.
That would just be a path of plagiarism, though. Just downloading a memory would not instill a thinking pattern into somebody. But as far as
I'm talking that I'm thinking about it getting more advanced, where they can actually not only download memories, but understand how a certain mind that doesn't exist anymore worked. Get inside somebody's mind that's dead.
Get inside them.
That's down the line.
Luch in the chat room says, has anyone watched Continuum? Have you watched that, Matt? I feel like that's one of the movies you've brought up.
I've heard of that movie
No.
before. Never saw it.
I might have. I don't remember. I don't think I saw it.
I watch mostly History Channel and everything I need to know about Hitler.
Everything you need to know about Hitler?
Yeah.
Well, going back to this, the other thing that I'm really scared about, well, not scared because I don't know, who knows when this starts getting, but if we're talking about it right now in the mainstream of what could be, it's already been done somewhere. It's already been done somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it's associated with MK Ultra. Maybe they've been doing it already.
The total recall thought Anthony brought up,
Sultry.
that's completely that. You know that there's going to be certain type of stock memories. You're going to be able to pick the type of woman you're going to want to be with. I said one of the good things that you might be able to do with this is think about people, quadriplegics, people who are paralyzed, who are never able to have sex again. They're going to be able to download different types of memories of intimate interactions they were never able to pull off themselves, be able to internalize those memories as their own. Who knows, though, if that actually causes increased depression afterwards, though. Wouldn't you think? Well, whereas
Oh yeah,
it's a
because
temporary
you're
fix?
gonna have to know that this is all. It's not real. If you know that it's not real and you really didn't have those, that they're not your memories, and you know, like for a fact that this didn't happen. Of course, it's gonna create depression, but it may also, it may be the start of insanity too, because then you're just gonna start. Then what if you start believing you were really there and then you really weren't?
Let's go
losing
to
your mind because you don't know what's real, what's not.
I know it's real.
But then again, think about right now. Do you think people really have a grasp on what's real and what isn't anyhow?
No. I mean, well, yeah, because we understand that there are two different states when we're conscious and when we're unconscious, and we know we're very, well, most of us, I would like to think, we know the difference between dreaming and reality, and sometimes when we're dreaming, we don't realize that we're dreaming until something gives it away, like when we wake up in a bed,
Or when something terrible happens inside the dream and you want it to be a dream. And then you suddenly you realize, oh my God, I got to wake up now. This happened to me last night, and I'm trying to think of what the dream was. I've been having very odd dreams lately. I had a really bad dream a couple days before we went to go see Star Wars. And the dream was that we went to go see Star Wars, and the beginning of the film was this odd mix of there is Earth. There's people's on Earth. And there's kind of like a reference to Star Trek. And then about 20 minutes into the film, it somehow links to the Star Wars universe, and that J.J. Abrams and Disney tried to link Earth with Star Wars. And I woke up, and I was so upset. I was so scared that Star Wars had been ruined.
We've talked about that.
It was a nightmare for me. It was a nightmare for me. Even more of a nightmare of what all these social justice warriors are trying to make of Star Wars. I saw there's this one post. Hold on a second. Let me get to my account, and then we'll get back to this article. And of course, the guys, call in at any time. The Skype is on. Zen Live TV. Tell us any of the problems and all the good things that you foresee with technology like this. Memory, sharing, all of that shit. Call in, let us know what you think. Zen Live TV. Call in. It's a free call.
How many times did you go see Star Wars, Frank?
Just 4 times.
And what about you?
3.
Matt?
3.
Wow.
Wait.
Mike May went to number 4 today.
Yeah, I heard
He
that.
went to the
I
Alamo.
saw it 4 times.
It's like $50, dude.
That's the thing that gets me. Now, Mike May went to go see it. I don't care. I want to see it a 5th time. But I'm probably going to go to like a $6 Sunday matinee at Lowe's.
This is what I want to do. I want to see it just for the hell of it.
Baby.
Just for the hell of it. For whatever reason, just because I've seen it 3 times. I'd like to see it on IMAX.
3D.
I would like that.
Let's go see it in
I
3D.
can't find...
IMAX 3D, I'd be fine with that.
You want to see it in 3D?
Well, that's the only thing. It's only IMAX 3D.
I'll actually go see 3D.
I want to see just IMAX.
They have it just IMAX? Because
have
the only
to.
time I've seen, like in Portchester, it says IMAX 3D.
I want to see Chewbacca's Chewie.
Like, I was looking up movie times and
Slap
stuff,
in my face.
and it's like tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning is IMAX 3D. I was thinking about going, but...
I'll see what my schedule is tomorrow, because Wednesday morning, I don't think I have anything tomorrow. 2 of my normal clients that I have in for the morning, they still aren't back from Christmas vacation, so I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Hey, Johnny Kimball's on with us. Johnny, what's the thing that's coming to your mind when thinking about memory implantation and all that shit? Aside from what we've done with implanting boobs and asses and all the good things that make people go,
I see I'm what you might call an anarchist. I see a black market. You talk about federal regulation. I see the black market of memories of sick motherfuckers. And I'm not talking about people who are, you had mentioned people who are like contracted out to gain those memories to be able to sell. I'm talking about like Jeffrey Dahmer sickos that people go and experience. And then it twists their psyche after they leave. Can you imagine that?
Where they
Oh,
actually,
it
go
actually
into a
turns them
basement.
into murderers?
while they actually think that they're actually capable of doing it themselves then?
Or that it's normalized, or something like this. When you experience something, it's so much different than reading about it or watching the documentary. I really think it would fuck with the human psyche beyond something we can grasp right now.
You know what? I think that's a very valid point. Think about that. Somebody wants to go in there, they want some kind of a snuff film. A snuff film situation implanted in their head. Some kind of a memory that was made maybe in Malaysia or someplace where human trafficking and human life is really negligible. It's marginal. Where people will snuff out a human life for profit no matter what. I mean, look at ISIS right now. Look at what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, there's just ways that people live from day to day that other people would pay pretty good money for. But what if people would download memories of murders just to see whether or not they're capable, especially if they can somehow delete the memory. If they're trying to, if they think that this is a way to treat post-traumatic stress by maybe losing memories that are haunting you, whether it be flashbacks from a war or any kind of conflict you've been in, or maybe if you've just seen some terrible things living in a terrible neighborhood. You know, there are some neighborhoods in this country that are just as bad as Syria as far as loss of life goes. I mean, look at Chicago and Detroit.
It's a great basis for a film.
There's so many... Dude, all the things that we talk about can be turned into novels and screenplays. I still want to do that alien film that we were talking about. We should talk about that tonight. See if people can poke holes in it.
Wait, was I there for that?
You were here for this. When we were talking about cavemen and Jurassic World. A storyline that would actually be good when we were comparing how terrible Jurassic World was to maybe a story that would be worth watching at a theater.
Cavemen and aliens.
We'll get around to that because we're going to be talking about aliens tonight. Johnny, stay on with us for a little bit. And, of course, everybody, Johnny's on with us right now, but if you Skype in, Zen Live TV, all one word, Zen Live TV on Skype, we'll add you to the call, we'll drop Johnny, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It does not fucking matter.
Do not call in.
Hang up on Johnny just for fun.
Just fun. We'll ask Johnny a question. We'll cut him off at some point. All right, so...
Johnny, what's your full name?
Johnny Kimball.
Jonathan Kimball. Is it Johnny? Is Jonathan?
Is your real name? Is that your real name?
My real name is Jonathan, but I am a junior.
In high school?
No. Me and my dad share the name.
I'm a junior in high school, forever.
I play lacrosse.
I wish.
My best friend's name is Bastion.
Say my name.
We almost went to state last year, but I broke my tibia.
Do you really wish you were a junior in high school?
No.
I
Absolutely
wouldn't
not.
mind it.
Hated high school.
I had a good time.
I had an okay time. I would go back just to be a little bit more of a sexual deviant, maybe.
I feel that.
Only because I was very, very apprehensive and hesitant to. I mean, I didn't even.
Well, Frank, it was an all-boys school. What do you expect?
Well, I'm not talking about all. I'm not talking. Still, I'm talking about the situation. We were still in a band. We were still hanging out in different groups. There's opportunities all over the place. But I was really very apprehensive. It was more talk than anything back then. I don't know how. Obviously other people just jumped right into the deep end of the pool and went nuts. It was not
like Father O'Keefe.
That's not true.
I don't know.
I don't believe that.
I'm hearing it is true.
The Monsignor at our high school was just accused of abusing somebody 30 years ago, and I just don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. I just remembering who he was, it just makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
There's certain situations when accusations come up of certain priests or whatever that you're like, oh, you know what, that explains a lot. But no, this just does not make any sense. I don't think so.
It's 30 years ago. People change.
30 years ago. Well, then again, I don't know who accused him. Was it a boy or a girl?
Boy, 2 counts.
2 counts.
So, from what I read.
What did he do? Touch his ass?
I don't know.
All right, Johnny.
That's quite the accusation for 30 years.
Get back to class, Johnny.
It's like what the kid just remember. Oh wait, he
slapped my ass.
He molested me. Huh. All right.
No, supposedly, like with all those molestation charges with priests, it's always like priests touching penises and stuff, or penises being touched.
No, would you mind if I just see your penis? Well, I want to know, and I'm not saying this in a joking way, because we've had people actually talk about molestation and come out with molestation stories on the show. Absolutely no way in a joking way, but
No.
I do want to know how something like that does develop.
I just don't get
how it transpires.
I don't get how any. First of all, I don't see what you get at what anyone who molests
Seriously.
anybody gets out of it, and then secondly, leaving that aside, it being just like there's got to be something wrong with you. The other part is, what makes you think that's never getting out?
Seriously.
I don't know.
Like, what are you
Somebody
thinking?
like especially if it's a younger kid or something like that, you don't think that when they get older, it always proves to eventually come out. Someone is going to have the balls or the guts one day down the line to come out about it, and you're.
It depends, though. You're talking about 30 years ago. It was unthinkable not only to come out. It was not only unthinkable to come out about this stuff, but to even talk about it with some in your family or anything. And as far as authority figures, whether it be in a school or a community or a parish or anything like that, it was their word against the kids, and most of the time, adults would just believe the teachers. Now
But obviously it's wrong. It's like you don't think it's a good idea. You can't think it's a good idea.
No.
It's not a good idea to do anything that's crooked, but the only reason why you do that is because you think you have a foolproof plan.
The full frontal.
Full frontals are sometimes a foolproof plan.
I was molested in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I always walked inside my school, but the school never walked inside me.
What?
Yeah, just think about it. It makes sense, bro.
Jonathan thinks it's funny.
Bloodskull probably was really upset that he wasn't molested, or was Bloodskull. Can you call in and let us know if you were molested or not? Because I know that you probably really appreciated it at this point.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, negative on that one. All right, let's go to the next thing. So I guess we all have our thoughts on memory implantation. Now, the second thing I want to bring up is this. Intelligence genes. Now, this is also from the Telegraph. I had
intelligence.
I had held onto this for a while, but the intelligence genes have been discovered by scientists apparently. Okay, genes which make people intelligent have been discovered, and scientists believe they could be manipulated to boost brain power.
Really?
Just like that movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I gotta get a pair of those slacks.
Unlimited?
I mean, Limitless with
Limitless?
with Ryan Cooper.
That's not Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Brendan
Cooper.
Yeah.
Riley Cooper.
Riley Cooper.
Or is it? Isn't it
No,
Riley?
Riley Cooper's a wide receiver in the NFL.
Riley Cooper. What is it? Who's his name? Brendan
Yeah,
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
Bradley.
Cooper. Holy shit, Brendan Cooper. Hey, real quick, Bloodskull, he's just called in. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
I heard this talk about molestation. I had to say something.
Wait, I have to try to add Johnny to the call. Hold on.
Oh no.
I want to try to add Johnny to the call. I don't know what the hell's happening here. Merge calls? Is there a way to...
I can't wait to hear what Bloodskull has to say.
Johnny, call back in a little bit. For some reason, the merge call button is not available. Okay, Bloodskull, now. You heard this
All right.
talk about molestation. Now
Let's talk about meat.
What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I think I did tell you that one time about that guy in the football stadium, whatever.
Oh, that's right.
What happened?
On the bleachers?
Yeah.
Tell us about this guy. How old was he?
Okay,
And
sure.
how old were you?
Well, I think I was 15 and this guy was 16, so we were both underage.
Okay. And he's
So-
and you guys are hanging out at a football game. He says, "Hey, let's go underneath the bleachers. I want to show you something."
No, actually what happened was I was just walking around the track that they have around the football stage, whatever, and this guy just runs up to me out of nowhere, just grabs my body, humps my ass.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you guys are both clothed.
Keep going. Shut up, right?
Yes.
Okay, keep
we
going.
were clothed.
All right, keep going.
Keep going. You horny?
And that was it.
That was it. That's your molestation story.
That's weak.
It is weak.
We hump each other all the time.
But was he erect?
Strangely enough, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. So then he was just fucking around.
How long? Just leave him alone. Just fucking around.
Just
Come
fucking
on.
around.
Well, but how do you now? How long did this last? Was it just like a hit and run humping?
Pretty
It's a
much.
fly by fruit.
Okay, now, at that point, were you sexually active at all at 15?
No.
Was that your
not
so
really.
was that your first quasi-sexual encounter?
I think so.
And what kind of an impression did it leave on you? Were you disturbed? Were you slightly intrigued? Were you completely violated?
Confused.
Did you go
I
home and
mean,
smack?
this was back when I was born again Christian, so
Oh, so you went
of
home
course
and
it disturbed me back then, but
Oh.
now I would have been fucking turned on.
So you went home to smack the bishop, didn't you?
No. Did you report him or anything like that? If you were
I didn't report him. I didn't even know what he fucking looked like.
now tell us about your now from that point 15.
Tell us about your dreams.
You had this quasi-sexual molestation situation that happened at this football game. You were a born-again Christian. Now, where do you go from there in your life? How do you go from born-again Christian blood skull at 15 years old to you now?
Well, life fucking happens.
What was the first thing that happened that you're like, you know what?
Trying to remember how long ago that was.
I can tell you what it was for me. Mike, do you know when you started becoming completely
Flamboyant?
not flammable, but maybe influenced and corrupted by sex?
No.
It had nothing to do with sex.
Internet.
The internet?
Yeah,
I was fucked up since I was a kid.
I stole one of my dad's pornos. Actually, no. Actually, we used to have the black box back in the day. That illegal box.
Oh,
I was watching Playboy.
well,
That was when it happened.
Vinny used to tape Spice.
Yeah.
He used to tape Spice on
Sell 'em.
VHS and sell them for $5 at school. The Spice Channel, that was great. We used to run back to our playhouse and we'd pop them in. We'd watch like, wow, okay.
Now he's a famous doctor.
Now he's a famous doctor. This Vinny character we're talking about. We should have on the air one day. He'll never come. He'll never come on the air. Matt, what about you?
For what?
When did you start really getting into the idea of nakedness and sex?
I remember always like being fucking horny. Like I wanted to fucking. When I was young, like in kindergarten, I just wanted to fucking. I didn't know about fucking, but I would feel like I want to rub my dick against some chick.
I used to
Gypsy just walked in with a face of
Like
disgust.
fucking, you know what I mean?
Gypsy,
That was funny.
hold on, and put the guest camera on you, right in front of you. We have enough slack. Yeah. Put it right on that thing right there.
That's why I did that. Slack. I need to
Hold
get a
on.
stand for that. I need to get a mic stand.
Standby Gypsy is with us right now, program director of ZenLive.tv and Zedalza Enterprise, and also the host. Oh, he's right next to that looks great. Sitting right next to the Christmas tree. Kind of looks like Eyes Wide Shut in here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Gypsy, are you on? Oh, wait, there
The mic is on. Oh, there it is. Oh, I can hear myself.
I got two
Awesome.
extra batteries for those things too.
Throw on
Yep.
some headphones.
I need batteries.
Gypsy, when did and we got to get some women to call in. How about Jenny Lee calls in as well? We're not done with Blood Skull. I want to hear Jenny Lee. I would love to hear from Luch, maybe Nikki, anybody who's of age, over 18,
Everybody
19,
call
20.
in.
Beyond the age of so-and-so.
Yeah, please.
Please call in.
No crazy shit here.
So what are we talking? What's the...
We're talking about because Blood Skull over here had a very interesting situation when he was 15, when he was still a born-again Christian, where at a football game, this 16-year-old ran up to him behind the bleachers and just started feeling up his body and humped him for a couple of seconds and ran away.
You lucky dog.
Yeah, well,
Well, for me, it would have been...
yeah, it would have been. It was kind of disturbing to him as well because he wasn't ready yet. I want to know is when do you guys start really saying, hey, you know what? Actually, I would like for something like that to happen to me.
I would say around that age for me personally. But, I was a square in high school, so nothing like that ever happened. And the funny thing is the girl that I was madly in love with, I mean, I was relentlessly called Steve Urkel as a kid in high school because I had very large glasses. Not as stylish as these, all right?
So it's the old school look, man.
Yeah, the old school look. But yeah, there was this one girl. Her first name was Taisha, and she had a body like the Instagram models have now. Back in the mid '90s.
Christ.
Back when high school girls now are hot. I mean, they are really attractive. Well, that didn't come out right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like women,
they're
mature.
deceptively, depressingly well developed already.
Right, and you wish they looked like that when you were a kid.
Right.
And we had a handful. We had about 10 or so in our high school, and she was one of them. And she was always in all of my classes. And you felt like whoever was putting the schedule together was fucking with me because she was always in my class, always ended up sitting near me. And she also went to my church, so there was that church aspect of it. But she had crushes, and she wasn't very strict with her religion as far as who she dated. But I was madly in love with her, and I wish she had felt me up, but that was not going to happen.
Yeah, but she's not gonna. Most girls weren't never gonna make the move.
No, they weren't.
This whole situation with Blood School wasn't a girl, right?
No.
Oh, it wasn't a girl.
Oh, I had to clarify that because I think you thought that it was a girl.
Yes, I really did. Well, yeah, I mean.
But Blood School's down for that these days.
It's fine. I mean, I don't
yeah, I mean, I'm not. It doesn't matter. But I mean, if you're 15 and you're not ready, I mean, at that age, you're still figuring yourself out. We only had in the 90s, and I remember we had one kid in junior high school. He was openly gay, and he was so comfortable with it. He made everyone else comfortable with it just because he was so outwardly gay. But I would imagine if you were, confused about your sexuality at that age, it's tough. I don't know what Blood School was going through personally at that age, but that's how. And to be forced to have to deal with that, like maybe you've been having thoughts of this or that, and then all of a sudden someone just runs up to you like, wait, what the fuck was that shit? That'll fuck you up. And I'm sorry you had to go through that, because that forces you to be like, you have to deal with that emotion. Like, did I like that? Did I not like that? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're being forced. So
all valid points.
Anthony, you said it was all internet for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, just the introduction to AOL, the first, you're talking about porn sites and world sex and all this stuff. I'm not proud of it, but
Persian kitty.
Let's face it. We and I'm talking like as young as 9 years old. For me, you're exposed to, like, we were literally exposed to the internet when nobody knew anything about it. Our parents didn't really know anything about it. No one really knew the potential dangers of it, what it can really even do to our minds and how we perceive certain things. And pornography, man, it warped, I think, a lot of minds.
All of us.
That's what I mean. And it kind of the problem with that is, I mean, especially if you're seeing all this stuff at such a young age, and it just it puts you on this path where it's like you don't get into an actual healthy sex life. You know what I'm saying? Like when you need
definitely.
to.
Yeah.
When it's meant to happen.
I would say, I remember molesting myself at around 5 years old, around there.
Jeez.
Oh, dude, I would strip naked and just start touching myself.
Really?
I remember that, dude. Swear to God. It'd be like,
believe you, but
yeah, and I remember pretending that I was vulnerable to myself.
you're
Oh God, I'd actually love to see that happen.
I was just 5. It was crazy.
It was like you had a. Excuse me for saying this. It was like you had a pedophile's mind in a child's body.
Yeah, me. It was, whatever.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, here's the other major point that I will never forget. Okay, this was during maybe 92, 94, whenever Woodstock came back.
Yeah.
Okay, they had Woodstock was pay-per-view. Okay, it was on channel 38 at that point.
Okay.
37 was Playboy.
Okay.
You only got that if you were paying for cable or if you had the black box.
Right. We had the black box. My dad worked on cable.
So my father was in the garage working on whatever he was working on. It was a big deal. People were upstairs, all that shit. And Woodstock was going on for a couple of days on Channel 38. And 94, 92, whatever the hell. When was the first? When did
94.
Woodstock? It was 94?
Man,
Yeah, I was a
I missed
freshman
the
in high
fucking 90s, man.
So I was in 4th grade at that time. And I remember I was flipping back and forth. There was pay-per-view, and I flipped back and forth, and there was on Playboy, there was this tennis instructor scenario. And his instructor started banging his tennis student, and the chick had pigtails on. She was wearing her hair in pigtails. Like, oh God! And she was riding him. I was like, what is going on? This is awesome, And then when Woodstock went off, when the broadcast went off for the night, they were playing. I think at that time. When did Indecent Proposal come out?
I don't know.
Indecent Proposal.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second.
One of my most
1993. So in 94, it would be on pay-per-view by that time.
Yep.
90. So Woodstock comes off, and all of a sudden there is Indecent Proposal, and I'm watching this shit, and Demi Moore is at her absolute hottest. Absolute hottest. Okay, and she is obviously being her and Woody Harrelson are being propositioned by Robert Redford. Robert Redford pretty much wants to borrow his wife for a night. He'll pay him $1 million for it. And the scene on Robert Redford's yacht where Demi Moore was going to be there with him and they were going to just fuck it out. The inference when they started kissing each other, I knew that was somebody else's wife and all that shit. Dude, that did shit to me. Yeah. Holy fuck. That was the hottest.
You see, but
I didn't know what jerking off was at that point. No. I was so confused. I was like, what do I do to make this itch go away?
For me, what was unfortunate for me, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but it kind of is. I mean, it's not. There's nothing cool about it, but I'm open about it. I don't care. There was a back massage. Okay. Oh, there was a back massage that our grandmother had, just laying around.
Good Lord.
Okay? It's the one with the ball.
It had a ball on top, and you plugged it in. And I remember I was 8 years old. I was playing around with it, whatever, and I put it on my dick, my penis. And I was just like, I was like, whoa, this feels good. And I was just so intrigued by how good it felt. That I was like, you know what? I kept on sneaking it because that was the thing. I guess there's that part of you that understands that it's not something you can do out in public. It is something that you have to kind of just keep to yourself. Yeah. So it's because it was so intimate and I understood that on some level, I would sneak it. When no one was around, I'd put it on my. I just go like this. I'm like, and the thing that happened with me was that I realized that. It made me think of girls I had crushes on, the Pink Ranger,
Kimberly made it in.
Princess Leia. It made me think of it was just it was the only I remember it was oh man, this is memories. I don't know what the hell. It was just making me feel good until finally. I mean, I actually had an orgasm as young as 8 years old because I kept it there. And I had an orgasm, but nothing came out, obviously.
Joining us right now are both Johnny and Nikki. Nikki, you haven't said anything yet. What do you want to add to this?
What exactly was the question? Because my audio was skipping a bit.
It's completely screwed up.
Hold on. The question is:
good.
At what point did you start making that transition into boys, girls, sex, intimacy into boys, girls, sex, intimacy?
Men.
What would you have a point that you say, oh, that was a turning point, that did it for me?
I mean, there's a point before, when you're, I want to say, let's just say 7, when you start thinking about it, or at least I did, not actually, having sex, but you start not thinking about it as something weird, you actually start considering it as much as you can, and then 13, around there, that's what it's okay, boys don't have cooties anymore, nothing silly and childish like
cooties.
that. That's
it was
that's around the time when I'd say that's when you start, I don't know, maybe your hormones are kicking in and that's what it is.
Probably.
But maybe about 13, but that's after, years of thinking about it.
Johnny, what about you, man?
I can't pinpoint anything specific prior to teenage years, but I had a fucked up middle school girlfriend that I did not realize was fucked up until the last 6 months when I found her love notes.
Somebody else?
No,
Oh.
They were to me, and I reread them, and I realized this girl had problems, and she was way ahead of me sexually. And it was genuinely terrifying to read back
What is-
at
what
how
it say?
disturbed this girl was.
You don't have to you don't have to share any of that stuff.
Yeah, but what kind of stuff?
It was just like I didn't care that much, and she had just invested so much in my being and our relationship that that it had really like twisted her into like, I don't know, into doing things or feeling things that she normally wouldn't. And obviously it wasn't just me in a vacuum. Like, there are other variables here, but it was just so polarizing to look back and realize I was not like the sexual deviant she was, which I don't think is often the case.
I've had crush. For me, it was from the very start. It was never. There was never like, ew, girls ever. I liked girls a lot, and the problem with me liking girls a lot at such a young age was that I had I was beating myself up over the fact that these girls weren't liking me back, because it was so unrealistic because I was just a kid, that it stuck with me for a lot of my life. That girls don't like me. The girls that I like don't like me.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely went through that.
And you know, it's just like, it just stuck with me. I've always you know, from that point on, any girl that I was really into, I felt like you know, the girls that I'm really that I've been, or even I feel I'm really into, it even kind of follows me to this day, are never into me. Like it still follows me to this day, because I'm telling you, I have had connections with many great girls that were so into me, and I was into them, but not nearly as much as them. And that's actually why I kept them around, because like it was safer for me to just, and it was more of a guarantee that I had this girl that was really into me, and I'm into her, just not like I'm not into her, you know, because the times that I've been into the girls, they never liked me back, and then the rare occasions that I have been into the girls, they liked me back. It didn't last long, because I guess my energy was too intense.
You remember, Anthony? There was one girl that you ever have any of the situation, guys? And now Nikki and Jonny, you guys too. Let us know if anything like this ever happened with you. But there's been a couple of situations in our childhood where even myself, there would be these awkward situations where girls would say, okay, I'll let you know tomorrow if I like you or not.
Yeah.
Like they're going to think about it.
Yeah, and we completely buy it. Be like, oh, yes.
Okay, tomorrow I find out.
Losing sleep.
Tomorrow I find out. And then,
Like you're buying a used car.
Oh, totally. At one point,
What if I'm tomorrow?
Anthony was given an ultimatum by a girl saying, "I will like you if you change everything about you." and Anthony asked me for help. I think we had to be like,
I was like 9.
You're like 9. I had to have been 11. You're like, okay, I have to work out and all this stuff. And I wasn't a personal trainer back then.
Oh
but
my God! I was doing sit-ups. I was doing curls.
Sit-ups.
I remember this.
That's it. And
How fucking terrible is that?
yeah, and you were trying
This
to.
is why I'm screwed up.
You were trying to transform your life over the course of a summer. At 9. You didn't even know who you
Oh my
were yet.
God.
You didn't even know who you were yet. We're trying to transform our lives for girls.
This is why I'm screwed up.
But Frank, you know what it reminds me? It reminds me of like when I was applying for college, and how all your guidance counselors say you want to have your regular schools that you know you can get into, your community colleges, whatever. You want to have the schools that are a little bit higher that you could get into, because whatever, you're even a C, B student, whatever. And then you have your reach schools that you know you're not going to get into Harvard, but you should apply because you never know.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like it always is with women. Like even to your point, Anthony, there's always been a group of women that I've been attracted to, that been attracted to me, where maybe they liked me more, and I kept them around for a lot of reasons, because it felt good. They liked me, and it helped my ego, and so on and so forth. But there was always those unattainable women that just had that. They were always Sagittarius. They were always these fiery women that just oozed sex and sensualism.
For me, it's Aries.
Okay.
I'm in Aries.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's always those fiery, that
Although there was one, Aries that stuck around for a while, and was one of those situations where I deeply cared about her, but it was one of those situations where it wasn't like I was head over heels, and
Nikki, what about you? You ever been given an ultimatum by a ridiculous ultimatum by a guy, and had to go?
It happens. It's that's usually it's coming up on the end and stuff like that. Well, you need to be like this way, or I need this kind of personal time, and it's almost like, well, I want you to change this, this, and that, and the other person says, well, I want you to change these things, and that's just. It's happened to me, and it's never. You might as well just say fuck it at that point.
Oh my god! And is that at the point in your life where you created your own religion?
I started my religion, and then shortly after that is when I started dating. So it kind of happened sort of together but separately.
Has that been a hang up for guys since then? Like when you tell somebody that you started your own.
I mention it.
What's your religion?
Then I'll also say.
Yeah, wait, what is it?
What
is this?
You guys don't remember? She said
I don't get anything for Valentine's Day, so they're cool with that.
She said she created in a prior broadcast. She said she created. She doesn't follow any major religion. She created her own, and it's kind of like an amalgam, almost like the Force. I don't know why she's not a Star Wars fan. She's a Jedi.
I mean, I've I've watched them all, but it was like 10 years ago. I gotta rewatch them.
Totally.
I do. I'm a fan of the original trilogy over the new ones. But.
So Nikki, at what point do you tell someone that you're interested in, or you like, or you're dating, that you have your own religion?
I mean, I don't mind being upfront with it because I've always I'm friends with the person before I date him, so it'll come up, but I'll put it out there, but it's not to convert anybody. It's just something.
Are there any other followers? Have you converted anyone ever?
No, and I wouldn't. As in the start, it's like everybody should do this, and then more as years go by, it's like no, I'm keeping this to I see something like Christmas, and I can't go shopping for a month, and I'm like, I would hate to have everybody. I don't want stores to be closed on New Year's. Right. That's kind of what it comes down to. I want to be able to go out and shop on October 11th.
Yeah, well,
that's really what it comes down to.
Well, Nikki,
but no, it's just because some people aren't religious. That's fine. Some people are. That's fine too. I'm cool with people do what makes you happy.
Well, Nikki, thank you so much once again for the call. We need more female input on this. I wish we had more calling in, but you are
respectable.
Totally, and thank you, Johnny, Nikki. Thank you. We're gonna move on because we have to hit Guns N' Roses and Lemmy before we get off, and it's already 10 o'clock.
Rest in peace, Lemmy. If you're cutting me off, rest in peace, Lemmy. You will be missed.
I'm not gonna cut. Actually, while you guys are on, anything you want to say about Lemmy and or Guns N' Roses before we jump into it?
Lemmy is God.
Lemmy, I just looked him up. He's a Capricorn, so another Earth sign. But yeah, I've always Guns N' Roses has always been cool by me. It's too bad for music this year.
It is.
What? That Guns N' Roses coming back?
No, that Lemmy died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But next year, that's something to look forward to, man. Especially, I was trying to get Rob Corrado, and Nikki. Thank you so much for the call.
Welcome.
Okay, and Johnny, you're still on. You can say whatever you want. We're gonna.
But they don't have. Isn't it? There's one other member that's not a part of it.
Is it the drummer?
Who's the guy that wrote a lot of the songs?
I don't know. It's on Consequence of Sound on their website.
David Lee Roth.
Well, it's been all over the place. It's on Billboard. It's on
Christian Bale.
Because I don't know a whole lot about Guns N' Roses, to be honest. I mean, I had Appetite of Destruction as a kid. I loved the album. I liked the sound. I liked the sound at one point. But I don't know a whole lot about their history. But who's the guy? There's another guy involved aside from Axl and Slash, who are the obvious faces and the image of the band. That is, I forget his name.
We see Axl Rose,
Bruce Springsteen.
Wait, do we have Duff McKagan? I think that's the one who's not. Slash is coming back.
It's all about it.
Axl Rose is coming back. That's the big thing right there.
Name all the names.
You got Slash since 1985, Axl Rose since 1985, Duff on bass since 1985, and then those three you have. What the hell? Those are the three that are listed here. See, this is why I wanted Rob Corrado to come on. He is
just name all of them.
There's 8 members here. You have Richard Fortus, he's a guitar since 2001.
Okay.
Dizzy Reed, piano since 1990. Frank Ferrer, drums since 2006. Tommy Stinson, bass guitar since 1998. He replaced Duff, who left in 97. And then, of course, you have Slash. You have Chris Pittman on keyboard since 1998 as well.
I don't. I'm.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they're coming back to headline Coachella.
Coachella. You know what? I think
Middle
it's
of hipster central.
It's a great thought, but let's see how it sounds. Because I mean, I'm sure that with everything involved, with it being a major comeback, they're gonna take whatever precautions they need to take to make it sound great, even if they're playing with to track. And to some degree, there are some tracks run in the background, which you'd be surprised how many bands do that. And I know because I've talked to a lot of people who are actually in crews for bands, and they can tell you right now. They've told me many, talking about many different acts that run tracks and stuff like that, and very, very few people do a full live show. So, I can imagine that with a show of this caliber, and considering the deterioration that Axl Rose's voice have had over the years, that there's going to be some tracks.
Bloodskull says that Steven Adler ain't coming back. So Adler is the other one, and I gotta brush up.
And the thing for me is I know that it's obviously it's a big deal, but for me it just it's the big deal of it, the hype of it, and it's obviously dollar signs.
Oh yeah,
big time.
Money. Definitely do it for that. Do you think they're going to go as far as making an album? Do you think they're going to, or do you think they're taking it a show at a time?
I'd be interested because I'll tell you something. I listened to Chinese Democracy because Rob urged me to.
Okay.
He pointed me to specific tracks and lyrics and everything else, but also just the rest of the album. And I got to download it and all that stuff. It's a good album.
Okay.
It really, really is. And I'll tell you something else. Axl Rose, there's something there. I really do think he's one of the good guys now. I think that he's one of those guys that's been fucked with by outside forces. If we're gonna talk waking people up. Rob likes to say that Axl Rose and Kurt Cobain filled two very different shoes, but served the same type of awakening purpose. And I would love to get him on the fucking air. I would love that. I want him to get in here soon. He didn't even.
Well, I think that even if that is true, and he does have that, like he's still a big egomaniac.
Oh yeah,
there were a lot of moments that you cannot hide were just like not him putting on a show. Like he seriously had a lot of bitchy moments in both in private and in public.
If this comeback is going to mean anything to the music community and the Guns N' Roses community, there cannot be a solitary walk-off. Not a solid. He's got to be. He's got to stand up there and he's got to play. He's got to play fucking dodgeball with every apple that's thrown at him.
Right.
Every bottle of water. He's got to fucking get over.
This is his chance to redeem himself.
This is the only chance he's going to get.
I don't think anyone's going to do that. I think the people are going to give him his chance.
The last thing I remember of Axl Rose was Guns N' Roses was supposed to do a show in Maine. I think it was Portland. And they canceled the show because the venue did not allow them to drink on stage. Wow. And that was what I felt like growing up. Like, that's what Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses was. Like, they themselves was more important than the show, the act, the fans, the concert. It tainted it for me.
You bring up a really good point because I'll tell you something, and it's probably the same for Anthony too. Subconsciously, we were, not as much now, we were huge fans, but rabid Metallica fans. And we knew Metallica history back and forth. Just knowing knowing the show, just knowing about what happened up in Canada, was it Montreal or Quebec?
That was when James burned his arm.
When James burned his arm with the pyrotechnics, Axl Rose goes on with Guns N' Roses, and they had a chance to take over the show and really fill in, and instead they walk off and people start rioting up there in Canada. And, for Metallica, for rabid Metallica fans like we were, I almost didn't want to give Guns N' Roses a chance. Even though I loved the legacy that they carried. I liked their music. They're great musicians. I think Axl Rose is one of the most iconic voices in rock music of all time. Slash is an undeniable icon.
Yeah.
But I think just at that time when we were coming up and starting getting into harder music, we were such rabid Metallica fans that just knowing what happened in Montreal in 91, 92, whenever it was, I think that was a little bit of a stigma we couldn't get over.
The other thing, though, too, is I'm happy about this. I'm happy that they're doing this because there's already two major rock and metal icons who passed away in this year alone, and we're starting to see that it's starting to happen. Everyone's going, like, everything we know about rock and roll. These people who've, who were actually had their stake in rock and roll history. Like they're like some big monumental acts who are starting to die.
Now, do you think Scott Weiland, obviously he wanted back into STP so bad, and
apparently there were. I don't think it was as tragic as I originally thought. I think they were possibly talking about, like, there was like they both left off where maybe he left it off, I think, in an interview last year or something, or early in the year, said that they're doing their thing and he still wanted to do his thing, and that he's gonna maybe in like a year or so or whatever, who the hell knows. But then again, with the state that he was in, and now that we know that it was definitely an overdose, it wasn't just him.
It wasn't a Peter Steele situation.
No, it was an overdose.
Oh man, can you imagine Peter Steele's alive,
Right.
okay? Scott Weiland's alive.
Yeah.
Axl Rose is alive.
He's still.
Dimebag Darrell's alive, and all four of those bands had a show right now.
At Coachella.
Knowing that we're getting those four figures back, and those four bands are getting back to. Let's say that Phil and the rest of the band of Pantera can pull it off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That would be a tour that could go on for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
If you think about, I mean, obviously you can say that about anybody. Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, even.
Yeah.
That would be a 5-year tour right now.
Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Imagine Whitney and Michael went on tour together.
Oh my God.
That'd be incredible.
But
And then Lemmy, and then we have Lemmy.
You know how I picture Lemmy?
What?
So the Death Star demolishes a planet. I imagine the Death Star concentrates rock and roll into one person, and that is Lemmy. That's just how I feel about him. He embodies everything about it.
I just love hearing Lemmy stories. I love hearing casual drinking stories with Lemmy, him just hanging out regardless of his stature in the industry, his stature over the how many, 60 years, and just hanging out at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Well, that's why with this whole, like, when I heard about it, it was like, oh man, it happened, because like we were hearing about his health for a while, and it's just like you didn't think it was ever possible.
Was it known that he had cancer though?
No, that was actually known a couple of days before he died.
It was super aggressive.
It was an aggressive cancer, but he had some health problems. But the thing is that it's a more of like it's a sadness, but everybody is just, it's like, oh, the energy is so much different. It's just like fucking play Motorhead loud and just like, this is a guy who he lived exactly how he wanted to live. He fucking got everything. And there was a quote. He even said a very simple quote, because if I died tomorrow, I'd be perfectly okay with it. It's been good. That was like, it's been good. He lived his life to his fullest. How can you? I mean, I actually shared a picture of him and Ronnie James Dio toasting a beer.
I like that. I saw that.
Awesome.
I saw them taking drinks together. I saw a video of it. Probably a video from that picture came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other thing we had to cover tonight? It's 10:11 right now. We're right around the hour mark. But I want to make sure we get everything in. Guns N' Roses and Lemmy were huge. I think we did that pretty well.
Two biggest,
We'll share that to AVM tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Oh, we didn't talk about aliens.
Aryans. All right, boys. I gotta go. I gotta catch a train.
All right, brother.
Good night, man.
Be
Good night,
well.
everyone.
Good night, Gypsy.
Good night.
Oh, we got to talk about it. Maybe on Thursday night's show. Also,
New Year's.
oh, that's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve. I forgot about that.
When's New Year's?
Thursday.
New Year's Eve is Thursday night.
Really?
Yeah. We're not going to be live for New Year's Eve. But here's something I will say for next Tuesday. Then, I've got a great person to call in. Okay, this person runs the We Were Never Alone blog on Tumblr. I follow a lot of UFO, unexplained things, paranormal blogs on Tumblr. I love it. Makes me cozy, okay? And they got a great blog, and they have been so enthusiastic about coming on. But I want to bring them on specifically because they shared this one, here it is. One video. Dr. Stephen Greer. This guy is a part of the Disclosure Project, okay? And of course, the Disclosure Project, for everybody that may or may not know, is an organization put together of all ex-NASA, Navy personnel that want to come out, ex-government employees. I believe that Paul Hellyer, the Canadian Defense Minister, has done a lot of work with Disclosure Projects, and of course they testify all over the place. People of high stature, of top secret clearances in the past that are coming forward and saying, listen, this should not be a taboo thing. We have had contact. Governments have been working with multiple species of extraterrestrial life for many decades now, and this is something people should know about. But there's a 26-minute long video, and I'll put it in the chat room so people can watch this and check it out. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, go on YouTube and search Dr. Stephen Greer, Greer, beware of the quote alien invasion. Dr. Stephen Greer, beware of the alien invasion. It's a 26-minute long video. I'm going to put this in the chat room. Let me make sure.
Let it happen.
People are saying.
Give a summary.
Well, a summary. Let me see if I can get to the. Hold on. I'm going to get to the.
Yeah,
post.
Frank. It's 2015, and you're asking people to watch 26 minutes of video. Come on.
But listen, if you're
I'm
into
gonna
that
watch
shit,
the shit out of it.
it's so totally. If you're into that shit, then it's all good. It might be in my queued posts.
Real good, bro.
Queued posts for the rest of the night? No, it's not. Okay, hold on. So I must have posted it before. Give me a second here. You guys can talk.
Lava lamp, dude. I like that.
We got to get more lava lamps.
Hell yeah.
More lava ramps. Where the hell did it go?
Beagles.
I do like the window too. You can see you guys fucking around in the back, like.
It's about to be tinted though.
We got to tint that out though. It's a major distraction, especially during the summer.
It definitely is, but it was kind of funny today. I was watching Broken Filter, and I'm like, "Hey, look, it's," and then you guys kept walking by.
It's me. It's Anthony. It's Mike. We're just chilling out. We've never been alone. Okay, let me get to their site right here.
It is hard to weed out the just shit when it comes to conspiracy, UFO, anything. There's a lot of garbage out there.
When they posted this, they said, "How pathetic are we? Why are we so invested in suppression of the human race? Excellent segment. Enjoy it." So the blog believes that this is a great segment, 26-minute segment for you guys to check out. Some of the other comments on this thread so far has said, "Fascinating. We can't even get along as humans. People dying over skin color, hair texture, and religion. Safe to say we aren't. We'll never be prepared for extraterrestrial contact on a wide scale." Another person said, "Okay, the further this goes, the nuttier humanity looks. Just wow." And one last comment. Well said, says We've Never Been Alone, the blog. We are spiritually unsound. So it goes to think, and here's my last question for the night. Do you think that the type of upheaval that we're constantly in, and the type of upheaval that we're kept in deliberately, not only by special interest groups, but by the people who are supposed to be our duly elected leaders, our chosen leaders, the turmoil they keep us in socially, politically, geographically, religiously, all of that stuff, the complete shakeup of morality, the shakeup of everything, do you believe that this is part of a deal they've struck with alien life form, and it's some kind of a way to keep people? I don't know. Do you?
Who knows?
What do you think the tie-in to that could be? What could be the advantage, or what could be the? I don't know.
I think the commentary on the deflection to put us against each other, whether it becomes race or religion or whatever, is a legitimate thing. There has to be.
There was a Twilight Zone episode.
I find it hard to ignore that, like, something is driving us against each other. Is it not? Like, you know, I don't give a shit if you're black. Like, in the Star Wars universe, you have people pissed off because Finn is black. I'm like, there's people walking around with like
tentacles.
Yeah, like, black and white does not exist in Star Wars. You can fuck right off.
Yeah. It kills me to see people even posting on Star Wars. So I saw a screen capture of somebody tweeting, and of course it has tens of thousands of notes, and it's been shared, and people are agreeing, and they're going into the crazy social justice realm, saying, okay, so I don't know anything about Star Wars, but apparently the new Star Wars film features a strong as fuck woman and a biracial gay couple. People are trying to say that Finn and Poe are going to be gay. The first gay couple, and I'm like, stop! Please leave this all alone. Please leave this alone. Leave your politics out of this, please. This is where we go to escape. Stop.
No,
it's nothing to do with it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Nothing to do with it. And I know that we're off topic, but it's still space based. And Matt, you can even think you're a new Star Wars fan. Johnny's a new Star Wars fan. Even Han and Leia. If you want to go back to the original trilogy, the romance part of this was an additive. It was a little bit of a sprinkling of something. It wasn't the focus of anything. And even then, Han and Leia, they didn't need each other. They were both very strong. In many ways, Leia Organa, Princess Leia, is so much more capable on multiple levels that Han wasn't. She is a fighter like Han is. She is resourceful, but she's also a diplomat. She's a general. She's a leader. Han is a little bit of a loner. He's a mercenary, a hired gun. He just did his thing. He was a smuggler. You know, so it's just people love to twist everything to turn it into some kind of a divisive tool. And you start thinking, you see how people treat their fucking science fiction and their movies. How would we ever be able to come face to face with a real galactic truth that we are not alone and there are very capable species out there that we would be able to learn from? But it would call all of our very shallow bullshit into question. All the people that have dedicated their lives now at this point to skin color, to genitalia, to you name it. All of that shit, think about how little that would make everything seem. And how people would be grasping for straws. What do I dedicate my life to now that, you know, the stupid shit that I was preoccupied with really is not significant?
Yeah. That's the biggest thing right there.
Well, and it's so tough because, like, if Finn and Poe were gay, I genuinely don't believe me or you, Frank, or anyone here would actually give a shit. They'd be like, all right, whatever, there's a gay couple in Star Wars. But it would be politicized, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
No, the issue I would have with it is the reasons why it would be done.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're making you're in the business of creating gay characters simply to just exist as being gay. There's nothing else there to them. So right then you're diminishing and you're reducing people to this detail in their lives. If
you're putting them in a box.
Totally. I mean, listen, you go on Netflix right now, you can go to the gay and lesbian or the romance category, and you can watch all of the stories, the narratives, the original works that were created to tell some kind of a love story. To tell some kind of a coming of age tale. That's not what this is. You're telling us. I can't. But that's where we're going to stop tonight, I think. So, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us, man. Always a pleasure. And Nikki, thank you so much for being a part of it too. Bye, Johnny.
Well, have a good night.
You're the best. And Blood Skull, you're fantastic. Next time we're live, I want to hear calls from all of the women in the chat room. I want a group call with all of our female viewers.
Frontals.
That's it. You guys have been fantastic. Enjoy your New Year's. We will be back on Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock for Quite Frankly. Aunt, Mike, Matt, you guys say what you want to say?
I'll be
See you
setting
later,
the studio
everybody.
even more.
What?
So I'll be setting up the studio even more. Storage has got to go away now.
Yeah. Matt, what about you, man? How are you gonna be? What are you gonna be thinking about when the ball drops
Nothing.
Sounds good, bro. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys.
Cheers.
Have a great night. Check this podcast episode out tomorrow on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, and all that great shit. Subscribe to us on, find us on Facebook, the fan pages, the Tumblrs, the Twitters, all that shit, and diddle your skittle and have a good night. Get off hard. Be well.